So if you don't already know, last year I had to replace my old Prius. It was a 2014, and I really miss it. But I bought it with a 2008 Toyota Prius, so an older vehicle, and I love it because it was really well kept. It was garage kept. It's still, the paint and everything still looks good, except for like on some of the plastic areas, it's kind of like faded. But overall, it's been a good vehicle, but there's been some quirks about it. And one of the biggest quirks that I had to experience, and this is what I'm about to tell you, this happened to me twice already. And previously, it's never happened to me ever before. And what happened was, on Friday, I was driving along, on my work day, getting ready to go to one of my best salons, Craze Salon. I'll just give them a little plug. And I'm driving along on 9A in Jacksonville, so it's on the interstate, and all of a sudden I get this big red triangle on my dash, and then my car starts to slow down, and I'm thinking, oh no, not again. And I'm looking at my mileage and everything, and it's like, yeah, I did kind of go over 400 miles, but it shouldn't be out of gas. But so what you may not already know is that when I bought the vehicle, the one thing that the owners told me is that the gas gauge is not always accurate, and usually it's not ever accurate. And I don't know what caused it, but when I did my research before I bought the vehicle, the research said that these vehicles have like a bladder tank, and over time the bladder won't shrink properly or won't adjust, and so it'll give an inaccurate reading. Well, that could be the problem, but rather than try to go fix it, I was just basically filling my tank up, trying to determine how much gas this thing takes, and it takes about 11 gallons. I might not be totally accurate with that, but usually when I fill it up, I try to get 11 gallons. And then on my fuel consumption, it usually averages right around 40 miles per gallon. So I roughly figure, okay, 10 gallons times 40 miles per gallon, that's 400 miles that I can drive without, running out of gas. Well, two times I messed that up. The first time, it kind of really nerved me, but thankfully I was in an area where I was able to make it to a gas station, and I did some research on how to reset it and everything. And once I put gas in it, it was fine, and the car started right back up. The check engine light went out. That red triangle of death went out, and I was okay. So I figured, when the thing tells me that I need gas, it's usually about half full, but that may not always be accurate. And so I was kind of like pushing it. Well, the one thing that happened that day is my wife, earlier in the day, took the car out to run some errands. So she put on more miles than I had expected. And I was waiting to take this to Costco to get gas filled, or lower priced gas station. But the prices of gas these days have been so high, and at that time I was just trying to hold off until I can really get a decent price. Well, this is what happened. So I'm driving along, and and I get the red triangle. I get off the exit on Beach Boulevard, and I'm stopped at the light there to turn, and the light just took so dang long. I mean, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, I had the AC going full blast, and I'm just worried that I'm just going to be dead right there on the road. Well, finally the light changed after it seemed like 15 minutes, and it wasn't, but it seemed like that. And I managed to get to another stoplight, and there was a gas station right there on the corner. It was a Shell station, but I couldn't turn in, so I had to go through the intersection and turn around, and had to wait for that light. And I barely made it. Into the gas station. I pulled in. I was like inches away. I probably could have gotten out and pushed my car there, but I looked at the the gas pumps. all around, all of the pumps were, you know, they had that yellow thing, no fuel, no gas, or out of gas. So I'm thinking, what in the world? I was thinking, thank God got me to the gas station, but when I get there, there's no gas. I go in and ask the attendants, what's going on? Why don't you have any gas? Oh, management issues. So they have a bunch of you know, U-Hauls around. They selling all kinds of cigarettes and all, you know, little you know, quick things in the store, but no gas. So I asked, well, is there another gas station around? And she was pointing up the street, and I couldn't even see it. But she said, it's not far, so you can walk. So I walked there, and this is not a very, very hot day, but it was hot enough. So I walked there, and I get there after probably a 10-minute walk, and the guy looked, you know, I asked him for a gas can to fill the gas, told him the whole situation. He couldn't find the gas can that he thought they had. So I had to leave there, go somewhere else, and went all the way back. I went to another direction and saw a Valvoline place, a Quick Lube, thinking they might have a gas can. No, they didn't. So finally I decided, I remembered that I have the Geico app on my phone, and I do have like roadside assistance. So I decided to call it. I was trying not to, but I did. And it told me that it would be 45 minutes before somebody can come, which that's not always accurate. So within about, I don't know, 5 minutes later, somebody from Pop and Lock texted me or called me and said I'm on my way with gas. Well, he gets there in this little car and gets out. He said, I got a gas can. And he's looking around. He's like, oh, no gas. I'm like, well, no, duh. Why did I call you if I had gas here? And so he had to go to the place that I had just walked to get the gas. So after about 10 or 15 minutes, he finally gets there, fills it up with gas, and you know, I paid him $5 for the gas. He got exactly $5, and I think gas at the time was like 4 something, so it was a little over a gallon of gas that he got. So the instructions say that, you know, the car needs at least a gallon to register that you actually have gas in it. And then from there, I drove to the gas station to get a full tank of gas. And I think God was just basically teaching me a lesson. This is the second time I ran out of gas, and I'm just pushing it too far. And I just thank God that I did not, this did not happen to my wife, because I would not hear the end of it if it did. But anyway, so he taught me, you know, okay, I got you out of this mess, so don't do it again. So I don't want a third time to be strike out. So from now on, when I hear that beep, I'm getting to the gas station. Even if I only have a half a tank, I'm just going to fill up. And that's probably what most people do anyway. But I just had to tell this to anybody that maybe has one of these vehicles, or maybe you have a normal vehicle and you're just pushing it to the extreme. It's really not worth it. You know, even if you have to pay the higher price gas, just go ahead and do it. But I finally got to my salon, told them the whole story, and they all laughed about it. They couldn't believe that they didn't have any gas. But to his credit, he did explain to me. He said this happened to him once before, and the guy actually broke down or ran out of gas in the parking lot where the gas station was, but he couldn't get to the pumps. So they called him to bring the gas can so he can get the gas and put it in his car. So I guess that explains his story, but I just thought, why would you show up without any gas? So that's it for now. This was like a funny thing I just had to put out there. And you know, sometimes your days don't always go as you plan, but mine had a happy ending, and I learned a lesson. So hopefully you won't see a third video where I tell you that I pushed it to the limit again. But otherwise, this has been a great car. I appreciate you watching. Hope you got a little laugh out of this. This was not a tutorial or anything. This is just like something I just wanted to say. Hey, this might happen to you, and hopefully you'll be as lucky as I was. All right, take care. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.